Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the final news episodes before I leave to go to WrestleMania. So I am so pumped for this trip. If you guys haven't come the trip plans video, definitely go check that out. I haven't seen my predictions, definitely go check that out. But enough promoting. This is WWE News, so let's talk about some news. So we're going to kick this off with the first and only news story of the day, which is a very large one for anyone who likes going to WWE shows. That would be me. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, WWE's touring schedule through 2023 has been leaked, has been revealed. So how is this even possible? Well, basically, WWE, they've done this in years past. They do court filings where certain vendors, like outside the arena, cannot sell fake WWE shirts within like 5 miles of the building or whatever. So basically, they've done this before, and they have to reveal these touring like cities where they're going on what day. So adjustments can be made and they can be planned or whatever. So basically, yeah, from like the time after WrestleMania to January of 2023, all the dates have been revealed. They're readily available online. All you gotta do is type up WWE tour dates and hit news and it'll come up. Yeah, it's just crazy. Now you kind of gotta look at it and kind of figure out what's a house show, what's a Raw, what's a SmackDown, and what's even an NXT TV taping. You gotta kind of decipher what everything is. If it's at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, it's more likely, the NXT TV taping. But if it's on a Monday night, it's probably a Monday Night Raw. If it's on a Friday, it's probably a Friday Night SmackDown, because I don't think they're running dual shows anymore, where they'll have like a SmackDown running in one city on TV, and they'll do a house show in another city the same night. I don't think they're doing that close of house shows anymore. But basically, if it's on a Saturday and Sunday, that's when you really gotta think and be like, oh, is this gonna be a house show? Or is this a pay-per-view? So you gotta really think about that. If they're running a really small venue, it's obviously a house show. So you gotta decipher that. I've looked at the list. From what I've seen, they're doing a lot of shows out in the Western United States. Recently, they've kind of stayed on the East Coast United States like for a while. I'm like, are they ever going to do a show out west? I have not seen them do a show out west in a very long time. I mean, they'll do one every once in a while. Like more than likely, it's in Los Angeles, California. If they do something way out west, or maybe somewhere in Texas, but they have not really done like the other places like Colorado, New Mexico, just these crazy places, Nevada shows, of course the rest of California, all kinds of different places. But they're actually doing that the second half of 2022. So you gotta decipher. One thing that's interesting to point, they are doing again on January 1st of 2023. They are doing Atlanta. So this would mean that more than likely they're doing day one again, and day one more than likely is in the same venue it was this past year, which is kind of odd to do like 2 years in a row of the pay-per-view being in the same venue. But if they're doing day one again, it's going to be there. It's January 1st, 2023, same venue where day one pay-per-view was this past year, and I just don't think they're running a house show in that big of a venue. So, I mean, they have before, but I just don't think they are now. So it's a very, very interesting point. On a Sunday night, January 1st, 2023, more than likely is going to be the day one pay-per-view. So they're probably doing that again. Now, there's some other pay-per-views in there, obviously. You kind of get to decipher it and see what's what. A possible pay-per-view, like Extreme Rules possibly. Charlotte, North Carolina, I don't know. It's kind of iffy what they're doing, because Hell in a Cell's in June now. So you got to kind of guess what's going to be in October or September. Clash of Champions has been moved around as well. So it's kind of interesting. So you kind of got to guess. But it kind of gives you a gist of where the show's going to be, and if it's near a city near you, and I'll stop rambling about this at this point. But yeah, all the dates have been revealed through I think it's through January 10th. So we don't exactly know where the Royal Rumble's going to be yet. I'm still waiting on that one because I would like to know where the Royal Rumble's going to be. But yeah, anyway, through January 10th, we know where everything is going to be. All right, now talking about where shows are going to be, let's get into some good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, get your juice boxes ready, because it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. So the first rumor of the day we're going to be talking about, which is pretty much true, there is no Battle Royal for the women this year. Like WrestleMania, we usually get a men's and women's Battle Royal. There's been absolutely zero mention of a women's one, and WrestleMania is literally less than a week away. We're a week of Mania right now. We're the week of Mania. Mania is this weekend, which is hard to think about. Here, just in a few days, I'm going to jump on a plane and fly to Texas. I'm going to be at WrestleMania. This is just crazy to think about. But basically, there is not going to be a women's battle royal. There's going to be a men's battle royal. It's going to be on SmackDown, the WrestleMania SmackDown or whatever. So it's not really WrestleMania, but there's no mention of the women's battle royal. So it just looks like they've kind of just canned the idea, and it's not happening this year. Let's move on to the next rumor. The next rumor is about the United States Championship. United States Champion Finn Balor, and we have Damian Priest. You think they would be having a match for WrestleMania, and apparently that was the original plan. It was originally supposed to happen at WrestleMania, but they just decided, hey, we don't got room for it, and apparently we don't have room for it on the shows before, not on any of the WrestleMania shows before or after, like the ones that we're calling WrestleMania Raws and SmackDowns. We just can't squeeze you guys in for any of that. So what we're gonna do, pal, is we're gonna put you right into the Battle Royal. What? I'm a singles champion. What Battle Royal? Yeah, putting Damian Priest and Finn Balor both in this Battle Royal, which is really, really weird. But we'll see where it goes. But yeah, that match is not planned as of right now. It could definitely be added last minute. But as of right now, that match has been canned and is not happening either. Alright, so let's get off the topic of this year's WrestleMania. Let's talk about next year's WrestleMania. So WrestleMania 39. What is the main event of WrestleMania 39? Well, let's talk about someone special. Let's talk about the great one. Let's talk about The Rock. So The Rock, WrestleMania 39. This has been the rumor and the plan, apparently backstage for months. The Rock taking on his cousin, who's just full of himself now. It just needs a good slap in the mouth from the great one. We have Roman Reigns, our tribal chief. So we have Roman Reigns, tribal chief, Mr. Roman Reigns. We have the great one, The Rock, one-on-one in the main event of WrestleMania 39 in a great venue. Is none other than Hollywood, California. Can you believe Hollywood? Hollywood, WrestleMania, Hollywood. Roman Reigns. It sounds like a dream main event. So it's perfect, picture perfect. Hollywood, you can't get a better main event, right? So basically, is this happening? Well, as of right now, that is the plan. Apparently, The Rock actually wants to do this. He's on board for it. But the thing with The Rock's schedule, it changes. And you think he would be able to make something solid, but if he gets these giant offers from these movie studios and gets these really big deals for these big franchises or whatever, what do you do if you're The Rock? You'd be like, no. You think you could, but I just don't know how it works in Hollywood because I'm not a Hollywood movie star, so I just don't know. But basically, Rock, Roman is the current plan, has been the current plan for months, but it is not set in stone or anything. It can be changed, but as of right now, that's what The Rock wants to do. That's what the plan is, so hopefully it sticks to that because that would be a perfect main event for WrestleMania 39, Hollywood. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the final news story. This is the final rumor. This is the final thing I'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News and Rumors. This is about a brand new WWE, I don't even know what we call it. It's a WWE title, okay? It's a championship title. You know what, screw it. It's a belt. It's a championship belt, brand new championship belt. So here's the thing. Main event of WrestleMania this year, we have a title unification match, which I absolutely hate the idea of a title unification. You take two titles and you turn them into one. It's what happened with the big gold and the WWE, was it the spinner at that point? No, I don't think it was the spinner. I think it was the one The Rock debuted. And they smashed those two together. It came out with this thing. Okay, they have this design. But the question is, we have two titles that look similar to this. We have a blue one and a black strap. That's pretty much the only difference. I mean, it's a little bit different on the fine print on it. But basically, what happens when we mash those two together? We get a new design, or we get the same design just altered a little bit. Well, there's a rumor going around right now that there's a new title design. It's the same thing. It just has a blue swoosh on it or whatever. And that's what's been going around Twitter or whatever. And then some people have debunked this and said, no, WWE been using this prop outside, this giant thing for years. It has nothing to do with a new title design or anything. So the question remains, we will leave it up to you. What do you guys think this title is going to look like? They're combining two titles into one. What's it going to look like? I don't really like change. I've gotten used to this one, of course. We've had this design since 2015. Or 2014. I don't like change. They're going to change it slightly. You're going to make a big, huge deal. But see, they've kind of taken the whole title, the whole design of that one, and kind of made it a uniform design across all the titles. Because, the women's titles look like that, and the men's title looks like that. They have both women's titles, Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships. They have the Universal Championship looks like that, and the WWE Championship looks like that. So, basically, what's going to happen, I don't know. And I don't know what they're even calling this title. I mean, you got to combine, before the WWE Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, made sense when they combined it. They called it the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But what do they call this? You combine the Universal and the WWE Championship. So the WWE Universal Champion, but isn't that what Roman already is? Like, how can you combine this? The World Heavy, and I kind of missed the World Heavyweight kind of title on that. The World Heavyweight Universal Champion, but I don't know how they would combine this. Let me know in the comments. Like, what do you guys think the smoothest, most perfect way in the world to combine these two titles together is? What should it look like, and what should it be called? Let me know in the comment section down below. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. But thank you guys for watching this video. I am your king of vlog style, Brandon Hodge, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video.